From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Monday, February 2nd. It is Groundhog Day. That means that we're going to hear from Punxsutawney Phil in Pennsylvania to see if he sees his shadow and if we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter. As far as winter goes around here, we are still in the thick of things. It is freezing outside, but just a little less freezing. Our high today is going to be around 30 degrees, so that's a big improvement. Not as frigid this week as last week. Several light snow chances, though, today. Might have some snow showers this morning, and it's going to be cloudy this afternoon. The Fishers police now say a missing 17-year-old Haley Busby is presumed dead. Busby was last seen on January 5th. News 8's Kat Sandoval takes us to Hamilton County, where the community is in mourning.
It's heartbreaking. Nearly a month after Haley's disappearance, police told the family that she won't be coming home. Fishers mayor spoke with the family, and this is what he had to say.
Their wishes were truly to express what an incredible human being Haley was. She was a bright light in the family. She was a wonderful big sister. She had a tremendous amount of promise and hope. She was excited about moving on to university, and she was an incredible human being.
Haley's father posting on Facebook that his daughter Haley was smart, beautiful, and kind. After extensive multi-state and FBI investigation, police say Haley left with a 39-year-old man she met online while gaming.
Our detectives identified Thomas as the suspect she had left with. We made contact with him in Ohio, and he admitted to picking Haley up at her home. He told us that he dropped her off on the side of the road in western Ohio. However, through continued investigations, his initial story was determined to be untrue.
Police say Tyler Thomas traveled with Haley to Columbus, Ohio. They found evidence that Haley stayed at a short-term rental in Hocking, Ohio. Police say she died days after she was reported missing. Thomas is currently in a jail in Ohio. He is not charged with murder. He is charged with tampering with evidence and producing or selling obscene materials involving children. He has a court date set Monday.
Haley and her story have been shared nationwide. Between the tips that you have shared with us and the support that you have shown the community, or that they've shown the family, we could not have asked for more from our community and beyond. This is not the outcome that any of us had wanted. We have connected her parents with resources that will help them, and we will stay committed to supporting her family through this tragic time.
Haley's father posted about his hopes to create an alert for missing people when there is credible risk indicators. It's called a pink alert, or Haley's Law. Haley was initially classified as a runaway, so no alert was issued. I'm Kat Sandoval with Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Here in Indianapolis, police now believe 4 people were shot on Sunday morning on the southeast side. It happened just before 6 yesterday morning on Barrington Avenue, near Keystone Avenue and Prospect Street. Police say 2 men died at the scene. Investigators now say they think a man and woman who showed up to Community East Hospital with gunshot wounds were also injured at that scene, bringing the total to 4 people shot. IMPD has not said what may have led to the gunfire. They are asking anyone with information to call them or Crime Stoppers. There is a boil water advisory this morning in Speedway. The town says it's for all people and businesses because of several water main breaks. The most recent breaks are on 21st Street and Auburn Street. The town says you may experience water outages and low pressure while crews make repairs. Happening today at the State House. Today is the deadline for lawmakers in the House to pass bills to keep them alive for the rest of the session. One notable bill is the reorganization of the way public schools are governed in Indianapolis. The new Indianapolis Public Education Corporation would cut much of the power from the elected IPS board. Also, House Bill 1315 would dissolve townships with populations under 6,700 and no fire departments. The state Senate already has passed its own version of that bill to cut the number of township governments. Also today, the House is set to vote on a bill that would expand tax credits for childcare. Congressman Andre Carson is one of more than 150 House Democrats who have signed on to articles of impeachment against Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem. He tells our government reporter, Garrett Berquist, the Department of Homeland Security needs major reforms.
Carson serves on a House subcommittee that oversees the Department of Homeland Security's intelligence functions. He tells me Democrats on that panel have requested a classified hearing. He tells me he does not have confidence in Noem's leadership.
I think it's important that DHS listens to people who are concerned, that DHS understands that it's a very diverse agency. It has struggled since its inception, but a democracy can only thrive when people are heard. And as I said, as a former law enforcement, I'm deeply concerned about the new folks who have been recruited to carry out these violations of human rights.
Is impeaching Secretary Noem an appropriate response?
I think it is. I think she has failed in terms of her leadership. She has not shown the kind of administrative prowess that many were expecting, having served as a governor, that's necessary. When you're dealing with reformation of an organization, it takes time, but it also takes cooperation from senior personnel and newer personnel who have been there, and listening to citizens on the ground who have complaints. That has not been done. She's taking directives from the president, who she reports to, but the president has been unbridled and unchecked. That is outside of the vision of the founding fathers.
Indiana's congressional Republicans say they're backing ICE. Congresswoman Erin Houchin says ICE is a legitimate federal law enforcement agency, and calls to abolish it are reckless and dangerous. These law enforcement officers risk their lives every day to protect our communities and uphold the rule of law. Congressman Marlon Stutzman says ICE has taken criminals off the street throughout the country, despite some localities willingly choosing to make their job more difficult. I stand with ICE leadership, agents, and officers as they work to make America safer. Remember, you can see in-depth interviews with your elected officials just like that one every Sunday on All Indiana Politics. It airs at 9:30 in the morning, only here on Wish TV. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
In Washington, D.C., House lawmakers are set to continue working as the partial government shutdown drags on. House Speaker Mike Johnson is signaling he is relying on President Trump to make sure the House funding bill passes. Senate passed its own funding bill on Friday. John Lawrence has the debate in the House.
The U.S. starts a new week without Washington, D.C. running at full throttle.
The question mark over a government shutdown is certainly a big one, and a political problem, really, for both parties, but certainly for Republicans right now, as the polling is showing a great deal more pressure on them.
On Tuesday, the House is expected to vote on the funding package that passed through the Senate last week.
Because of the conversation I had with Hakeem Jeffries, I know that we've got to pass a rule and probably do this mostly on our own. I think that's very unfortunate.
The legislation backs most government agencies through much of the year, except the Department of Homeland Security, which will only get funded for 2 weeks while lawmakers work to reform DHS's immigration operations.
Body cameras should be mandatory. Masks should come off. Judicial warrants should absolutely be required, consistent with the Constitution, in our view, before DHS agents or ICE agents are breaking into the homes of the American people or ripping people out of their cars.
This partial government shutdown is expected to last until at least Tuesday, while Washington, D.C. tries to come to some sort of agreement.
So I think it's all of our responsibilities to reopen the government.
I'm not just a no, I'm a firm no, and I'm going to advocate with colleagues that they vote no.
I'm John Lawrence for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
A father and his 5-year-old son are now back home in Minnesota. They were released from a detention center in Texas after immigration agents detained them. A federal judge blasted the Trump administration while ordering the release of Adrian Arias and his son, Liam Ramos. A picture of the boy in a blue bunny hat and Spider-Man backpack went viral after federal agents detained him and his father. In his order, the judge accused the administration of ill-conceived and incompetently implemented government pursuit of daily deportation quotas, apparently even if it requires traumatizing children. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark says she's optimistic the WNBA and its Players Association will reach an agreement on a new collective bargaining agreement soon. The two sides remain in a dispute over a new CBA, with players asking for better pay and benefits. Because of the dispute, the league has missed some major off-season dates. Clark spoke about the state of the league last night.
Honestly, I don't think it's just a big moment for the WNBA. I think all of women's sports, I think this is one of the biggest moments we've ever had. So there's a lot of boxes that we still need to check. We've added two new teams. I mean, there's going to be more players than ever, and then we have to get into free agency, then have a normal draft as well. So there's a lot of things left to do, but I really do feel confident that both sides are going to reach a deal here. So.
The Indiana Fever are currently set to open their regular season May 9th against the Dallas Wings. In Pacers watch, Pascal Siakam is now a 4-time NBA All-Star. The league announced the full All-Stars roster yesterday. Siakam is a reserve for the Eastern Conference. This is the second time he's been named an All-Star since being traded to Indiana. Ahead of the announcement, Siakam spoke about what it would mean to be picked.
I mean, it would be great. I mean, I think obviously it's something that you wanna accomplish as a player. So I think it'll be dope if I can make it. I think it will be a testament to just the hard work and dedication, and no matter what, just continue to fight.
Siakam is averaging just under 24 points per game this season, the second highest average of his career. NBA All-Star Weekend is next weekend in LA. It runs from Friday, February 13th through the 15th. In case you missed it over the weekend, IU's Heisman-winning national champion quarterback Fernando Mendoza is adding another award to his trophy case. Mendoza is officially the winner of the Manning Award. It's given to the best quarterback in the country. Mendoza is the first Indiana quarterback to win the award. It first was given out in 2004, and since then, all but 2 of the winners have gone on to be the first-round picks in the NFL draft. Patriots and Seahawks are in LA for Super Bowl 60. The teams landed in the Bay Area yesterday. Last time these two teams faced off for the Lombardi Trophy was 11 years ago. Both teams say they're ready for Sunday's showdown.
Everything about it is telling you that this is a different, for some reason, that this, week 21 game or whatever it is different than all the other ones. But it's not. The game's going to start. It's going to take a little bit longer to get there, but the game's going to start. And when the game's going, it's the game.
That's one of the coolest things I thought I heard this morning from him, of him just relaying that to us and knowing that, what we dreamed of. And even as a little kid, back when you wanted to watch the Super Bowl had a Super Bowl party, and now, we're the party. So
Seahawks and Patriots kick off on Sunday at 6:30 in the evening. Bad Bunny is headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. He and several other artists took home big awards at the Grammys last night. David Daniel has the highlights from music's biggest night and the political push back many artists are making.
Bad Bunny, debí tirar más fotos.
An overwhelmed Bad Bunny warmed up for the Super Bowl by accepting 3 Grammys, including Album of the Year.
I'm going to say, eyes out. We don't hate them. We love our people. We love our family. And that's the way to do it, with love.
Immigration was also on the minds of Song of the Year winners Billie Eilish and Phineas.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
And Best New Artist winner Olivia Dean.
I guess I want to say I'm up here as a granddaughter of an immigrant. I'm a product of bravery, and I think those people deserve to be celebrated.
Jelly Roll celebrated Jesus after winning a trio of trophies.
Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him.
Talk about a trailblazer.
A lengthy in memoriam segment featured Reba McEntire's first ever Grammys performance and all-star tributes to Ozzy Osbourne and to D'Angelo and Roberta Flack.
I feel like making love. Kendrick Lamar!
The night's biggest winner was Kendrick Lamar with 5 awards, including Record of the Year, giving him 27 lifetime, passing Jay-Z as the Grammy's most awarded rapper.
So I appreciate y'all. God is the glory. Love y'all.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Thousands of people are expected to flock to Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania to see the Groundhog Day ceremony in hopes of an early spring. Sites at Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. It's been held there and held that event since 1887. Lore says if the groundhog does not see his shadow, it signals an early spring. Many locations around the country have their own ceremonies, including here in Indiana. They have their own groundhogs, too. We will take you to the ceremony with Punxsutawney Phil live on Wish TV later this morning. So tune in. I'm hoping for an early spring. And this has been your News 8 Daily. From Wish TV, I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.